I have issues. I cannot do a single thing on this car without restoring something or cleaning something or taking something an extra level. Let me explain. When I removed the manifold and the valve cover and all of that, and then I had surgery, the car was sitting for almost 3 months. And it was sitting with E85. And when I started the Evo after the 3 months, I started to notice that starting up the car and even launching the car was giving me a little bit of issues fuel-wise. So it was running kind of lean. So I said, you know what? I think it's time to clean the injectors because I went on E85 a year ago. I've driven the car probably more than 5,000 miles, about that. So I just said, you know what? I think it's time to clean the injectors. I was supposed to just clean the injectors, get them, flow tested, clean everything, and put everything back together, right? Like a normal person would do. Well, I removed this fuel rail and I noticed that it looks crappy. You can't really see it when it's on the car, but I'm gonna be basically restoring this, painting it black, making sure that it looks brand new. I'm gonna be cleaning this bottom gunk that it has on the fuel regulator and just trying to make it as silver as possible. This low gloss black, and the injectors cleaned. Let's restore this fuel rail. What I'm gonna be using for this fuel rail, paint-wise, again, I'm gonna go to my trusty engine enamel black low gloss paint and an update on my finger. This is how it's doing right now. I didn't want to get stitches just because I want to avoid the hospital with what's going on with the coronavirus, but it was really open. It's already been 4 days since the cut, and as you can see, it's starting to close out. Sorry if nobody wants to know that, but anyways, this is what I'm going to be using. Same process as everything we've done. We'll sand it out a little bit, clean it out, degrease it, use alcohol, make sure that it's ready for paint. I'll paint it and then let it dry and put everything back together. So I have everything set in the table, and before taping, I'm gonna go ahead and get a Q-tip and get some alcohol, and I just clean one side, and you can see all the white residue and just gunk that's on each one. I cleaned this one, and as you can see, all the white residue is out, and look at the Q-tip. So just cleaning every single port, and then I'm gonna clean the inside, which also has that white residue, just to clean the fuel rail a little bit. And then I'll go ahead and tape these 4 holes, tape this side, and then get it ready for paint. Is ready for paint and taped up. As you can see, taped the sides, both sides. Obviously I don't want any paint going in there, and also where the injectors go. Also taped the sides here. I cannot emphasize how important it is for prep when you're gonna paint something. 99% of it is all in the prep, sanding it, making sure that you tape all your areas. This area right here was so hard to tape. I mean, not hard, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you have to really take your time. I have like at least 2 to 3 hours on this, and then I'm gonna paint it for maybe 10 minutes and I'm done. So always prep your products, prep your items that you're gonna paint. Let's go ahead and paint these parts. So there are several reasons why you should clean your injectors. The reason why I chose to clean my injectors was just for two particular reasons. One was just peace of mind, because when I was starting the car up, the AFRs were going up. It was around 21, 22, and before, prior to the car sitting, it never used to do that. So I know that it's not my tune, and I'm just doing this as a precaution, just because I don't want to be running my engine and the car going lean and kaboom. So just peace of mind and safety for me is the number one reason why I chose to clean my injectors, just to make sure that, I have that peace of mind that my injectors are not clogged. Specifically myself, which I'm running E85 year round. I do not have a dual map where I could run premium or pump, every 5 tanks. If you do have a dual map, I do recommend you to run after 3 to 5 E85 full tanks. I do recommend you to run 1 tank of pump, just so you could clean out the injectors, because not just the injectors, the whole system, because E85 does act as it does attract moisture from water, so you could build rust and things like that if you're not running your car constantly. I live in Florida, so I run my car year round, so I shouldn't have an issue with that, but I still ended up cleaning my injectors just for safety. The other reason is performance. When I was trying to launch the car not too long ago, after I finished the whole engine bay setup, the car was feeling weird. When I would launch the car was kind of starving in some way. Like, I'm two-stepping and I just look at the AFRs and the car just didn't feel right. So those are the two reasons I chose to clean my injectors. There are many, many reasons why you should clean yours. You could Google them, search them online, and it's all more or less the same information, but it all depends on your application. Again, if you have a dual map, if you're running pump. But now that we all have the time, why not just take out your injectors and check if they're clean? Just check them out, look at the tip, and check the fuel rail. Just make sure that everything's good safety-wise. Fuel could cause really, really bad issues, and in case it could cause an explosion, a fire, your vehicle burning up. So just clean your injectors. It will be a really, really good thing to do. So this is the before and after on the fuel rail. Honestly, looks like I bought a brand new fuel rail. Let me move this to the side so you guys can see. Honestly, looks super OEM. Really, really like the way it came out. It's just a fuel rail again, but that has kind of been the thing with me. OCD and just paying attention to minor details. Also, thanks to Giselle for helping me out polish this fuel pressure regulator. At least on the top, it looks way shinier than before. I don't know if you guys could tell on camera, but makes it look super shiny and nice. So let's just put this back together and see if cleaning the injectors and everything has made a difference. All right, one thing I always do before putting the injectors, and make sure you do this because you don't want to have a rip O-ring and then just have a fuel leak. Put a little bit of oil on the O-ring itself just so you can slide it in and it doesn't get pinched by putting it in. Very, very important step, because if you skip this step and you put this in and you force it and you kind of crack or pinch this O-ring, you're gonna have a fuel leak and you're gonna have to do all of this all over again. So let me go ahead, assemble all of this together and enjoy the time lapse. Right, so I finished putting everything back together. This is how the injectors look out in the back with the black fuel rail and the black top on the top. There's still a lot of restoring to do in this engine bay, so disregard everything that looks rusty and stuff like that, but that's how it looks. Everything tied up. And I still need to do this freaking wire tuck, which I'm gonna get to soon. But let's see if the car starts, first of all. I've gotta make sure that it does start. And let's see if cleaning the injectors help with the start of the car with E85. So cross fingers, hopefully everything works out. It's finally getting some fuel in. So far, so good. Let's look at the AFRs and make sure that it doesn't go all the way lean. Not bad. Let me make sure there's no leaks outside. Damn, it smells like straight E85 over here. No leaks. Perfect. So AFRs, I'm gonna keep an eye on AFRs. After I keep an eye on AFRs, I'll update you guys and make sure that everything is good. I'll also take it for a spin, maybe a launch, let's see. But let me make sure everything's good. So I came out just to make sure that the Evo is running smooth. So far, so good, no complaints yet. Starting up the car, very good. I'm looking at the AFRs and everything is good so far. So let's see if we can launch the car. But let me continue testing. I'm gonna open the hood, check for leaks again, and then we will drive the car a bit. Bad thing happened, and is that I had a little leak in the fuel return line. This hose right here that I'm showing you guys, this first one. I think the OEM clamp wasn't holding hard enough, so I put in a brand new clamp, as you can see, this silver one right here. So that stopped the leak, but so far so good. I'm gonna continue driving the car and making sure that everything's good, but we should be set to go. And this is how the fuel rail looks. Sorry if you guys can't hear me, but all right, so we're gonna be doing a roll, maybe like a 20 roll, see how the car performs, see the AFRs, and see how the car feels, just to make sure that it does feel a little bit better at least. So far, no fuel leaks, so let's see. Not bad at all. AFR is right where it needs to be. Let's see if we can get a launch in. We just saw a cop, so I'm not sure if this is safe, but I mean, real quick, it's just it makes so much noise. Part horrible driving, but I still feel like there's like it's starving. Test it out again, because I feel like something's wrong at launch. Like it's not, I'm not sure, it doesn't feel the way it's always felt. I felt a little bit better. I don't know, I'm gonna check over a couple of things when I get home, but check for couplers, intercooler piping or something. I just want to make sure that everything's actually tight and the way it needs to be, because something doesn't feel right. So I'm gonna call it a day there. I think it was a successful thing to do. Just clean your injectors, very important. If you have any questions, like always, ask them. Don't hesitate, leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer every single one of them. And like always, keep grinding, stay safe, and take care.
Ooh.